so far I'm not able to speak about the increased sanctions.
There are many topics on the table today at the European Council, but I think the main one I want to focus on is regional security, the situation in Belarus, the situation in Ukraine and on the borders of Ukraine. Currently, the European Union, we really are facing a series of attacks. I see them all as associated. There's the Belarusian created migration crisis where the Belarusian regime is moving people from third countries and forcing them illegally to try to enter the European Union. We have Russia amassing large amounts of military forces on the borders of Ukraine to apply pressure to Ukraine. We have a huge disinformation campaign going on throughout Europe, muddling the situation, trying to change the story of what is actually happening. And we have an energy price crisis, in a sense, in Europe, which is greatly influenced by Gazprom's manipulation of the gas supply market in Europe. The important thing to remember here is that every country has the right to decide its own destiny. There cannot any longer be, as in times of imperialism, where large powers decides the fate of smaller countries, where might is right, not the rule of law. So regarding Ukraine's decision of which way it wants to go, how it wants to develop its democracy, whether it would want to join eventually the European Union, whether it has aspirations to join NATO, is not at all a decision that Russia can influence. It's up to the European Union to decide if and when and how it expands its member state number. It's up to NATO to decide if and when and how it expands its member state number. This cannot be dictated from the outside. Regarding Putin's Russia, it is not true that Putin is afraid of NATO as a military power that is going to attack Russia. What Putin is afraid of, what the Kremlin is afraid of, is the democratic society which is underneath each NATO member state. Putin is afraid that democracy will make its further march eastward. This is the reason why Putin is fearful about Ukraine. It's because of the democratic processes which are happening in Ukraine. And he is afraid that these democratic processes could come to Russia. Why is that? Because in a democracy, it's up to the people to decide who will be their next leader, what the next leadership will be like. In an autocratic system, such as in Putin's Russia, this is tantamount to destruction for the leadership. Therefore, we have to support, as Europeans, as Democrats, we have to support the democratic process because the destination of countries should be up to the people of those countries, not to self-styled autocratic leadership. Thank you.
Prime Minister.
One question for international press, please.
Okay.
So, which sanctions for Russia on the table for discussion today?
I think that we need to consider a broad range of sanctions. The important thing is for the European Union, for the West, to deter Russia from military escalation. There has to be clear sanctions, clear repercussions if they would do this. This is as a deterrent.